Hello and welcome to a brand new game. It is Industries of Titan, currently in early access. Before we get going, a big thank you to Brace Yourself Games for sending over a key. Synthwave, 80s music in the background, very much themed around it. Well, that's what I feel anyway, which is great because it gives me warm, glowy feelings in my childhood. Now, if you're not into the intros, and I'm going to show the settings as well, down in the description below will be some timestamps so you can skip forward to the gameplay. For everyone else, we're going to quickly go through that and I'll waffle on a little further and enjoy the music. Oh, it does. It really takes me back. It's great. Or Stranger Things as well. That's 80s sci-fi inspired as well. We are staring at Saturn and we're going to be building a base on that moon just there. Titan, which only dawned on me just before I started recording. Yeah, I do research it, but for some reason that escaped me. I've left up this intro screen at the beginning just in case the devs want to reference this video, just in case something goes a little wrong in the video. It is early access. They do have, as you can see here, patch notes, known issues. There's a few here and there. It's very playable though. 12 days until the next content update. One of the reasons I've struggled to get video out is the updates do come thick and fast, which is great because they add a lot to it. Alright, straight in with the graphical settings. Full screen, 2K resolution. Most of it's on Titanic, which doesn't mean that your PC will crash into an iceberg. Dad jokes. I'll scroll through them and then you can look at them yourself, but it has everything you could possibly want in there. Back to the main menu. Shall we get a new game underway? There we go. Select game mode. We have several game modes to choose from. We use standard, survival, and Zen. Zen is if you don't feel like you want to fight against AI opponents, or the rebels as they are. Sometimes I enjoy that. I like to just build a fantastic base. There's a lot of industry, as the title would suggest. So logistics, resource management, that sort of thing, making your base look fancy. But if you do want to play with the rebels enabled and fight them off, then there are big guns and ships now as well. Yeah, we're on the 4th big patch, content patch, yes. So that's what we're up to now. When I started playing it, it was the 2nd one, I think. So here we go, dynamic difficulty. We're not going to do that. I feel like we might do something a bit risky once the game comes out, so that big chance we're going to fail. But for this, we'll select standard. Love the graphics, by the way. I don't know what this is all about. Oh, okay. Let's stick to things I do know about. The Landfallers. Our starting conditions: 1 headquarters, 8 employees, 5 minerals, 0 isotopes and 100 credits, 20 influence, and a 3x3 territory. Here we go. And you can read that if you like. So that's who we're going to be. Confirm that. Now then, you've got even further options available to you here. High risk, high reward, and pioneering terraformer. This selects how difficult the game's going to be within the difficulty. Very high resources, very low rocks, very low lakes, very high crevices, and very high rebel camps. So you're going to have to deal with a lot of fighting. I don't know what this one is. Low resources, very high rocks, very high lakes, very low crevices, low rebel camps. Interesting one, very barren. I think we're ready to go. Let's do it. Confirm that destination. We can change the name of our company. Currently it's Trulian Thorpe. I'm going to be quite creative here. GT Corp. Well. Anyway, shall we launch our ship? And I'll let you enjoy the intro, which I like a lot. There we go, setting off to Titan in our ship.
Founder, the Council is glad to see you. We have significant investments riding on your success. I hope you'll live up to our expectations.
Well, I honestly hope I live up to my expectations. And here we are,
Welcome,
into the
founder,
game.
to Industries of Titan Early Access.
Thank you.
You may find plenty of what we like to call bugs, which the Council are eager to squash.
It's a lovely touch.
If you stumble upon such a bug, we appreciate you reporting it on the forums or on our Discord. Thank you. The Council looks forward to seeing what you can do.
Me too. Our little people are walking towards our HQ down there. You can see them. We're going to be doing these very quickly. Let's just do Wazad there. There we go. Lovely. There you go. These are our little workers. Well, actually, they've got a name. What are these called? Employees. We'll get round to citizens a little bit later. QE to rotate. Zoomy zoom. And space to pause and play. Usual controls.
Welcome, Founder. My name
Thank
is
you.
Shiaro Hess, and I am your corporation monitor. Every founder on Titan is assigned a monitor like me. I make sure you treat Titan with respect. It is the Council's property, after all. I also advise on resource extraction and ruin salvage. If we work together, we'll make this city very efficient.
Efficiency I love.
Please take a close look at your starting territory. The outlined tiles adjacent to your headquarters belong to you. You are free to do as you please with this land. Any land outside your territory, however, belongs to the Council. If you wish to use that land, you will have to pay the Council with influence.
If we look up to the top here, that is our Council influence. Currently, we get 4 plus 4 per minute, and we can spend that on various goodies as we expand. I'm pausing the tutorial a little bit just to mention the tutorial when I first started playing this was very well paced, let's put it that way, and extremely well paced, and I really felt like I knew what I was doing in the game. I come back to the 4th content patch and it's been cut down a lot. The advisors are still up there, you can still get them via this window up here, advisor window, but there's a lot missing. We're told to build a gun way too soon and then it just ends. So I hope it's just a temporary thing. Yeah, you can get lost quickly with the current tutorial system. And don't build the gun that early. It's not worth doing. Okay, territory overlay. We'll zoom out. And this is these down here in the bottom left. And turn that off. And if we click on that, we own what's in these blue squares here.
Founder, I see you eyeing those ruins.
Yeah, I certainly am.
Intriguing, aren't
What
they?
we got? Level 2.
The ruins cover
Level
almost
1.
every inch of
Level
Titan.
1.
They're the wreckage of an earlier, more foolish age. The doomed settlers who built them left many resources and artifacts behind. Your territory already contains some ruined structures. You can survey them in your city view.
Right.
Survey results will show you
Let's
the
get
contents of the
surveying.
ruins. Issuing a survey order will assign an employee to do it for you.
There he is.
Try surveying the ruins you control.
Well, I'm going to say, there it is. Which will make sense later on.
Founder, survey results have shown that some nearby ruins contain valuable resources. Resources are used to construct buildings and devices. Our city needs them to grow. Try salvaging one of the ruins to gather its resources now. The resources you find there will be placed in storage automatically, if there is storage available.
Now, because I have played this before, and I kind of know what the build order is, not to a min-max sense, as balancing is forever changing during an early access period, and there's no point doing all the math, but 2 artifacts here, which are very much needed, and a finite resource, I would imagine, like everything else on here. Or we could salvage and gain the minerals, isotopes, and some waste. Waste is not a good thing. We've got to get rid of that at some point. So what I'm going to do with this one is just leave it for now and survey the rest of the buildings. Hopefully, we find something either with no artifacts in, or at least only 1 artifact and a big chunk of minerals. You're going to need that early on to get going. We're in Artifact City here, aren't we? Yes, we are. we got all artifacts around us. I mean, it's not a bad thing. They're very much needed. But as you can see here, 1 to 10. This one would only give us 6. 1 would lose our 2 artifact. It's one or the other. Here's a tough one. 33 minerals, 6 isotopes versus 2 artifacts. For this one... Ooh, that's a toughie indeed. What I might do is salvage this one and get the 33 minerals. I know we're throwing away 2 artifacts, but we've got the artifacts here, and then I can take the 2 artifacts on that one as well. And then at the same time, we are going to be making our way through the tutorial. I love the way they are scanning these. The little dudes are amazing. We get to make more of them. If we zoom around here, nothing's going to come from this at the tile itself. It goes straight into your bank of artifacts. This one will be different. We'll get 3 boxes on there. 1 for minerals, 1 for isotopes, and the trash. There we go. Empty plot. If we click on it, you'll see 31, 6, and 14.
You may be interested to learn that there are other secrets hidden inside the nearby ruins.
Yeah, we'll keep doing this.
They can contain artifacts, rare and valuable technology from before Titan's fall. When you select a ruin, you can choose to extract artifacts instead of salvaging it.
Yes, I'm a little ahead
But
of myself.
keep in mind, not all ruins contain artifacts. You must survey them first to make sure. Artifacts are very rare, so use them wisely. If you have many artifacts, you can always donate them to the council. It will earn you quite a bit of influence.
We've got us here another artifact, which we're definitely taking so that we can do the quest. We're going to have to claim it first, though. We don't own this square. And if you were wondering, you don't have to claim areas that are adjacent to your own area. So we could, if we liked, go over here and just claim that. That's an interesting touch. It certainly opens it up for grabbing resources early on. We're going to claim this, which you have to do first, and it wants us to extract the artifacts. Let's go take a look at these. We've only got one option here. Well, we could destroy it, and then we don't get any of the waste, but we can manage the waste later. We're going to claim that as well, and we're going to salvage. We've got 33 influence still. We've claimed that, and we'll grab it.
Founder? Right. They told me you'd be checking in soon. I'm Vern Skull, your waste management officer. I think that title is pretty reductive, but yeah, I'm the one who moves the waste around. You make the trash, I move the trash. You dump the trash, I burn the trash. It's a beautiful partnership. And boy, you do have a lot of trash piling up around your city, don't you?
We do now.
No worries yet, though. We'll handle it later.
Now, people are not picking up stuff because we don't have room. Up here, you'll see there's no storage space.
Welcome to Titan, Founder. I am Einar Peer, your council representative. There are currently 9 council members on Titan. Each of us sponsors and oversees different corporations on this moon. I am your sponsor. Your city permit and council funding are thanks to me. I hope you will return my faith with high profits.
Well, I'll try.
And remember, everything the council has given you can easily be taken away.
Isn't she a meanie? Well, we're not going to fail, though there'll be nothing to take away. And if we do, we'll point our giant laser guns
The
at
council
you.
has granted you a headquarters facility. Enter your headquarters by selecting it in your city view. I suggest you build some devices inside of your headquarters. Every new city needs a few essential devices to operate smoothly.
And this is what I was talking about with a little bit of base building Inception. Yes, you can build items in some buildings.
Is the best place to build the devices that will keep your city running. The first devices you need are storage containers to hold your minerals and isotopes. Build a storage container here in your headquarters. If you need more room, you can also build one inside a factory.
Now, this is where you can start to min-max a little bit. If you look down here, this is a storage container small. It has a capacity of 10 for 1 square and takes 2 minerals. Then if you move up to medium, which takes up 4 times the space. You would think would give you 40 space, but no, it is 36. However, it doesn't cost 4 times as much. So if you were being efficient with your space as opposed to what you're spending, obviously you just want small containers. It sort of goes that way all the way down. It takes up more space, but it costs less to build. I like to just build a bunch of small containers and then go from there. as that way we're getting the same footprint as a medium container, but we get 4 more slots.
Temporary solution to our waste problem. There's waste all over our city, but you can build a waste receptacle in your headquarters to store it. Your employees will automatically pick up the waste and place it into storage. Now, it's not a long-term solution, but it'll have to do for now. Besides, if the citizens can't see the waste, it might as well not be there, right?
Oh, he's a card. Anyway, I love watching these little guys drop off all the goodies. I don't know what that stuttering is. I think the animation's got a little bit broke. We need a place to stick our trash, because if we return to the this view, they're now picking up all these goodies, and I love the rain. I love the rain, but it's going to make me feel sleepy. No, stay awake. There's always music to keep me awake. Sometimes it goes to silent. Oh, there we go, silent. I mean, I guess that's not a bad thing. We've got the atmospheric sounds, don't we? They are now picking up some of these. We're full again, which it won't take long to fill up. As we use the resources to build more things, obviously it's going to give us a bit more space. We'll go back in here and we'll get us a place to stick some trash or some waste. We'll put those over here in this corner. I like to have plenty early on, because otherwise it's going to block our building on the tiles that you don't remove it. And we've got to expand pretty nippily.
Hey, Founder!
Hey.
To finally meet you. I'm Iana Oak.
I like
Power
Iana. She's
Systems
bubbly.
Engineer. I'll be managing your city's power systems. That means fuel, energy production, energy storage, all that great stuff. It's my passion, honestly. Since I was a kid, I've wanted nothing more than to slam the contact switch on a Giga battery and see the sky light up. And after years of school and grad school and VR training programs and dropping out of VR training programs, I'm finally here.
Good for you.
We'll do great stuff together, Founder. Trust me. My career is on the line, and you can count on me to take that seriously.
Right, our people are starting to move the trash in from
Hey,
outside.
Founder.
Hi.
I checked inventory, and we don't have enough fuel. We need fuel to generate energy for our buildings and devices. Luckily, there's fuel all around us, in the air. Titan's air is so toxic, it contains many flammable substances we can burn for energy. So, build a fuel fabrication device in your headquarters, or in a factory. These devices don't require any external energy of their own, and they operate without employees. Very convenient.
Very convenient indeed. This is where we start to delve into the resource management side of things. What do you want us to build first? Oh yes, a fuel fabricator, which is down here, fuel. Again, we can do a little bit of math on the min-maxing of things. These could change though, so I'm not going to go into it too much. This is fuel output 2, takes up 4 spaces and costs 1 mineral per space. This takes up 10 spaces and gives you 5. Now, to match 2 of these, you would need 5 of these. So 2 of those will give you a max fuel output of 10, and then 5 of these will give you a max output of 10 as well. Cost you 4 times 5, so 20, and cost you 20. So these balance nicely. It's however you want to do that. I always start with small, as we don't want to go too crazy with it early on. We've got minimal amounts of resources available to us. We do have this stuff here that isn't included in this total. Well, it's only 2 there. We've got 4 isotopes there and 1 there. Not really enough to get us building, but it's early days.
Okay, Founder, it's finally time to turn our fuel into energy. Most buildings and devices need an external source of energy in order to operate. Build an energy generator somewhere on empty floor space, in your headquarters or in a factory. The generator will convert fuel into energy.
We're going to build everything we need to start up in our HQ before we build as a factory. The reason being is, if you ever have to upgrade things, everything is turned off in that building. Besides, they can be destroyed as well. So if they're split a little bit, then you don't lose everything if a building goes down. Okay, what does she want us to build? An energy generator. Again, you could do the math here. I believe they just line up the same. Yep, there we go. These can make a fun little rectangle, so we'll go with that. Start in the corner, I guess. There they go. They're going to build as a nice generator, which will convert our +3 fuel that we're getting into some power. There we go. It's not hooked up yet.
All right, the juice is flowing. It's time to send that energy out to the buildings and devices that need it. Energy doesn't travel on its own. I wish. We need relays to carry the energy. Let's build some relays now. They'll power everything the grid touches. Just make sure that all the buildings and devices that need energy are connected to the grid, and that the grid has an energy source.
So, a couple of things we could do here. These are the energy relays. This one takes up 1 spot, and this one takes up 3 spots. It costs 2 minerals per square that it takes up. If we go to here, we can almost reach everything. These things up here, storage and the trash stuff, and this as well. I don't think that requires energy either. Don't need to touch this green area of effect. So we could bring it down somewhere like that. You just need one of those squares to touch the object. So we could bring it up to there. And that gets about everywhere. And only costs us 2 minerals. You could go for the large one. Obviously, it's got a much larger footprint. Area of effect. There we go. We're now linked up to the generator. And as you can see, we're producing +3 power. I'm going to go...
You ever hooked up a building to an energy grid before?
No. Well, yes.
Generators are producing energy, but they can't get it to the grid unless you build some industrial outlets. Build an industrial outlet somewhere inside your headquarters. Then connect your generators to it with an energy relay. Once the generators are hooked up to an industrial outlet, the grid outside can access the building's energy. You can also use industrial outlets to pass energy between different floors of the building. Once it's on the grid, this building can act as an energy source for other buildings in your city. And if you need energy to flow from the city to inside your buildings, it works the same way too. Build an industrial outlet inside your headquarters and it can be connected to the city energy grid.
There you go. As she said, transfers energy between energy relay devices from inside buildings to energy pylon buildings outside, and vice versa. Also transfers energy between relays on different floors of the same building, which we don't have yet, but we will get to later on. Again, this has to touch one of these green squares within the reach of that. So just there looks like a good place. We could possibly add another storage container. I mean, it's only 2 minerals. Go on. Why not, right? We're gonna have to go and survey some more of those ruins, though, I think.
Founder, it appears that you are running out of free space for devices. As your
We're
city
fine.
grows, you will always need
We're
more
good.
floor space. If your headquarters has no more room, you can always build additional factories and install the devices there. If you are to power your factory with energy generated inside another building, you will want to build this new factory close by. I'm sure your power engineer will explain how to do this later. That is her department, after all. When construction is complete, you can enter the factory interior and customize it, just like your headquarters.
Which is the thing that drew me to this game more than anything. I mean, I love me some logistical shenanigans, but at the same time, and resource management for that matter, base building is very much in my wheelhouse, and to be able to build stuff within your base's buildings, I don't know, I thought that was a nice touch. We're going to add as another, because you see here we've got +2 fuel. So we're going to add as another generator, again small, and we can make this little rectangle I like to make. There we go. And then we can put a I don't know whether we've just trapped him in there for eternity. Yeah, I hope not. Surely he'll teleport out. Please teleport out. Some of the buildings or the devices do need access by both citizens and not sure on employees. They've got special magic powers, I'm sure. And we're going to put a... are we? Do we need that? I feel like we do. We're going to go back to the missing tutorial parts. They do ask you to build a battery early on and fuel storage as well. I hope he's not trapped in there. Please don't be trapped in there. You trapped him. We can name these people, so that's a cool thing. Well, we might have just eaten him. I'm not sure. Let's go back to City View. This is all we've got at the moment. Don't worry about the rebel camps. It does give you a 30-minute warning of when they're going to attack. We will have plenty of time to deal with them. If we go to the production menu, we'll see we already have the factory unlocked. To unlock further things, it costs 100 credits currently. That increases each time you unlock something. We're probably going to need to think about that carefully though, about which one you want to unlock first. Task at hand. Build a factory. It's going to take us 10 minerals, 1 isotope. It takes a minute to build. And you can see there where the door's going to be. This is the entrance to our HQ. So I say we just link it directly like that. And we'll get building. Well, you can't see the people. I wouldn't mind a closer up zooming of this. So you can really get in there and see a little people building. And the little animations for the factories. Not a big deal though, is it? We've got 7 people idle. Well, not people. Again, more on that later. They're not quite people. We can stick this on fast forward. Now you can see, because we've got that battery, we're at stored energy. So should there be a slight issue in your grid, you've got some backup until you can sort it. The more you've got, the more issues you can deal with. You'll see the time advancing in hours and minutes here, but it's level with whatever speed you put on. So if you slow it back down, the time goes to real time.
Our city is bursting at the seams. We need to grow. But if we want to grow our corporation, we'll need a real energy grid in this city. Energy works on a citywide grid, just like it works in our headquarters and factories. To get our city's energy grid online, build an energy pylon that connects your headquarters and factory. Make sure that your factory has an industrial outlet too, or else it can't receive power from the outside. Now,
before we do that, we're going to have to do a little bit more surveying, as we've exhausted our resources. And we're going to have to find some more. Which way do we want to go? It doesn't matter. These level 2s usually contain a little bit more than level 1s, but at the same time, we want them out of the way so that we can expand. We can do something with this. It does allow you to mine this. You see there's 54 minerals there, ultra rich, 72 there, and 50 there. We do have a limit on how many influence points you can store here. I can't remember the exact amount. We've got 99 currently. Of course, it's 2 red heart. In fact, that's quite nice, isn't it? We'll take that. I'm going to say we start getting the resources from here. We're going to claim that for 20 minerals. Not minerals. That's not what... Influence. Yes, 20 influence. And then we're going to click this to set an employee to work there and start gathering some resources. I guess what we can do next is go through these, as we're going to expand. And we have idle people, so why not? There we go, we've only got 2 idle now. 1 more. We'll leave 1 to maybe pick up the goodies from here. As you can see, he gets out his little robot that fires his laser at the minerals, and he's got some on his back. Right then, plenty of minerals, or plenty of resources, and another artifact up here, so we'll take that. Oh, actually... What do you want first? You really want the resources, don't you? Yeah, what has the best yield? 16, I'll take that. Claim that one. We'll take these. What's the next best? 15 there, and we'll take those as well. Just so we can then increase the amount of buildings we've got. Let's go and take a look in our factory. There you go, we've got more space to build some more things. In here, we'll probably concentrate, in fact, we will concentrate on a little bit of everything. It's not going to be focused on purely, say, energy generation or fuel generation, or indeed population. But first, what we need to do any of the energy and fuel production is add a, where are you? In the industrial outlet. I'll put it here. You'll see we've got a lot more space in a factory. You can also combine them, which we'll get to later on. There we go. We've got goodies here. We will slowly take these down and claim them. We have to trade that in for our influence. Salvage that. We'll get that one down. And I guess we can take this one too and extract it for a couple of artifacts. We still have 40 odd influence. We will build us an energy pylon. Just not sure where at the moment. Currently, the power in here and the power in there with this thing that we're building, you'll see it's not connected because we don't have one of these, the energy pylon, which will work as a relay, as it says there. Buildings by relaying energy from energy plants cannot connect. That's something we'll look into a little bit later. But you can see it's got an area of effect there. I don't know where it's going to go just yet. We'll get to this place soon. But how are we going to connect this? I'd prefer you to overlap both. I do want to think about roads later on. Whether we get into roads in this playthrough, I'm not sure. I would like those two to be covered though. So we'll go here. There we go. We'll build our energy pylon just there. We can fast forward it. And then it should encompass both of these. We can claim that and salvage as well. And then we've got all of our goodies. Oh, I love watching these build though. There we go. Almost built. That's going to light these two up. If you don't hook them out externally, I mean on this floor, this would power things. But we really want that to be a grid and share energy. If you're really clever about it, you can mix and match or make sure that certain grids overlap so all your power isn't in the same place.
Founder,
that'll be easy to take out.
Successfully constructed an energy system to serve your city.
I have.
However, your future population also needs to be stored adequately.
Stored?
I suggest
Lovely.
you construct habitat pods inside your headquarters. You can set these pods up next to your factory equipment.
It's great.
Don't worry, your citizens won't mind.
No, they won't. That's what we'll be doing when we come back. We're going to be getting some citizens different to employees. They're actual human beings, I believe. Alright guys, thanks for watching. That is the first part of our first look at Industries of Titan. It's going to get a lot more complicated later on and a lot more shooty. But until then, take care.